All right, we're live. Okay, we got it fixed, people. Shit. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. I had my third screen hooked up and was giving me problems. So I think I got it figured out and we're getting ready to rock again. Oh shit, my boys is on there. Danking and drinking. I don't like to split that. Sorry. But Manual can only call at certain times. Respect to D&D, man. Go ahead and check them out. They're dope. I always check them out, man. These guys, I rock with them when I'm at lunch, at work. I tap into them quite a bit. So respects to the homies. See where we're at. Bam. And man, go show them some support because for sure, you know what I mean? They just got their channels they're messing with their monetization. So man, go show as much support as you can. That way they could get that monetization back and get back to grinding, man, and just bringing us laughs and good times, good vibe over there. Yeah, super good vibe over there. So while we're waiting to jump back on, a couple more people to tap back in. Again, my apologies. Sorry about that. That's still rookie at this, man. Make no mistake about it, still rookie. Um, just still fucking trying to figure this out, man. So it wouldn't let me tap back into that other live. Okay. So yeah, let's just see what we got. So man, I started this 72-hour water fast. I seen D-Dub, Dana White talking about it, and man, to be quite honest, I let myself go for a while there, and not happy with the way I look. I've gained quite a few pounds. Not used to that, and so decided to try this 72 water app fast. I'm into coming up on like 34, 35 hours right now, so I'm about halfway there. Haven't had nothing but water with electrolytes and bone broth. So see what we do, man. I'll share with you guys the results of what happens, and just keep it going, man. I just want to kickstart my metabolism and basically get back to living healthy, man, living a healthy lifestyle and trying to be around for as long as I can. I'm, getting up there in my age and just want to remain healthy. You know what I mean? Health is wealth in 2024, man. Shout outs to the ones who have lost their life so early in 2024. My family seemed to be getting hit right now. Had a dear, dear friend of mine that I knew since the third grade passed away. Right after the New Year. I'm talking literally probably 20 to 30 minutes after the New Year. And yeah, sad. Shout out to him and his family. My friend Milo Sandoval. Respects to his family, his wife, his kids, his grandkids, and all his loved ones, man. You will be missed, my brother. And yeah, found out my Uncle Jim passed away on Christmas. And one of my older aunties, my tia's in the hospital right now. It's not looking good. So my threes already came in less than 4 days, and not cool, man. But we're gonna keep pushing forward. We're gonna keep living life and just loving on one another. There we are. Thank you, Madness, for coming back. I apologize. I do believe I got the technical difficulties fixed, and we ready to rock. So yeah, man, I've been doing that. I've been doing that fasting, man. Look, this is all I've had to eat today. And it's not even eating. I'm just drinking it. Let's turn this around. It's basically bone broth. I can't, bone broth. And just warmed up bone broth, man. It ain't much to taste for. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Praying for you too, my homie. But yeah, so we're gonna see what it does. I'm gonna kickstart that metabolism. I'm gonna get my big ass back in the gym and try to be healthy for this 2024, man. I got a lot of loved ones that depend on me. I am the leader of my family, and a lot of people depend on your boy, man. I got my kids, I got my grandkids, got my wife. I actually depend on her more than she depends on me. That's my rock. But hope every one of you's got, your family in situation, man. Make sure you keep your family number one in your heart and your number one, always keep your family first, man. Friends, some friends are family, you know what I mean? Sometimes you meet people that, introduce themselves into your life and they become family, you know what I mean? That's always a good thing. That's what Manual is to me, man. Manual's always gonna be family. Um, Man ain't never stood me wrong. He never did me wrong, and has always, you know, always been my brother. Mhm. Oh man, I can't. I gotta stop. I gotta slow down on smoking. I really do. I can't. Tell you the truth, I've only been like doing one or two a day. So just one or two leños a day. And yeah, what it gets hard for me is actually on the weekend, guys. On the weekend when I got a lot of time on my hands, that's when it gets really rough, man. I'll basically occupy my time with it, you know what I mean? And just, you know, no, no kidding, real talk. Always coming, man. Oh, yeah, I was talking to Manuel about this. I definitely got to get up there. You know, Manuel's a big boy, man. Manuel's, you know, he has that frame where he could walk around like 290, 300 plus pounds. He has that frame to carry that, man. I'm a tall dude. I'm a real lanky cat. So I can carry a tremendous amount of mass, but not in that range. I think roughly my cutoff point is around 250, man. And that's where it even if I'm like lifting and doing bodybuilding and stuff, man, it that even gets hard, bro. Because the fact of the matter is, mass around the heart is just mass around the heart. It doesn't matter if it's muscle. It doesn't matter if it's fat. All your heart knows is there's just a bunch of mass around it. You know what I mean? And it restricts it. And COVID, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've already had COVID like 4 times. Okay, there he is. I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. Let's see. One time.
This is a free call from
Yep, it's working. Yeah, it's playing on the
an
desktop.
incarcerated individual at Buena Vista Correctional Facility. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a
Yes,
private
Jason
call,
Mason.
please hang up and follow
eh,
facility instructions to
You have
register this
no
number
idea,
as a
brother. We
private
will.
number.
I'm
To
gonna do
accept this
that
free
story, brother.
call,
And
press
I got some
1. To
fire. I'm gonna
refuse
be
this
honest
free
with you,
call,
bro.
press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
Yes. What's up, my brother? I got it fixed. I think everyone hear him. Go ahead and
Did you
talk,
get
man.
did you fix it?
Yes, sir. I had to reboot
All
my
right.
computer, bro. I had 3 screens running. I think my third screen kind of jacked it up, bro.
All right. I
Yeah,
hear
so I
you.
had to shut off
How's
that screen.
everybody doing out there?
Yeah. So that's to all you all, man. Manuel sending his love and respects. But Jason Mason, yes, I'm gonna do a story on the small domes, brother. And I got some heat, believe you. Yeah. Oh,
On
brother,
the
I got
small
stories
domes.
upon stories, dog. So yeah, we're definitely gonna touch in on the small domes, my boy. I appreciate it. Keep tapping in. I'll be working on that. I gotta get with a few people, brother, that knows more of the history. The fact of the matter is I was raised with nothing but Italians, bro. Mexicans, if you guys all know the north side of Denver is the Italians settled the north side first, and then the Mexicans came. But
Yes.
up until now,
And
it
they
was all
still have
Mexicans and
32nd.
Italians. You know what I mean? So, and my stepdad was Italian.
I know all the small domes. John Small Dome and all them.
But yeah, so let's you know what, Manuel, let's jump into it, man. I want to, talk about all the hardships that have been in prison, you know, being mislabeled of STG, being mislabeled of being a shot caller or running an STG, uh, and basically how they mistreat you from basically your case. You know what I mean? Assault on a peace officer.
Um, well, when you first back in the days, back in the 90s, when you first come to the joint, you got anything against any officer, you're gonna get beat down or treated bad. And I got it about 4 times where they jumped me and changed shifts on me and whipped me pretty bad, where I couldn't get visits for a couple months because of the beatings that I took. But that was part of the life at that point in time of being. It had its goods and its bad because back then, if you shot a cop, it was glorified by all the guys in green, which us, all the convicts loved you for it, and I stood on that. But the officers hated me so bad that they beat me down when I first came to the joint. They got me 3, 4 times. They got me in the county jail too in Denver County. Um, They put me in that Sagan and they went in there and beat me down when I had first shot the cop. But yeah, through DLC I got beat down pretty good. And Centennial was probably the best one I got. They put me in the cell and they 4 pointed me and they beat me down. But it's just part of the game of who I was, and it helped me and killed me all in the same. You build a reputation of who I was as shooting the cop in front of convicts, but with cops they just hated me for it. You know, in 23 years of my first part of my sentence, I was moved 19 times. I was moved from prison to prison because they never wanted me to get established or truly hunkered down. But in the same point, it was a good thing for me because it helped me grow something that I was building at that time too, los primeros padres. So it was great for me because I'd hit a new joint and everybody knew who I was.
Yeah.
And but in that same point, the cops hated me so bad that they destroy all my stuff and make me start again from scratch with having to buy a TV, a radio, and all that. My clothes would
When
be
you got
messed
sent out of state,
Huh?
did that happen when you got sent out of state? They took all your stuff from you,
Yes. Oh, yeah. They made me send everything home and start again when I went to Nebraska.
and then you
The
came back
crazy
and had
thing.
to start again.
Yes. Yes.
So
Again
three
from the
times. So
beginning.
three times you had to start.
Um. Well, every time I moved to another prison, there was something else missing. I missed shoes. I missed radios. I missed TVs. Something was broken. So in 19 times that I was moved in Colorado, I had to refurnish certain stuff: my TV, my radio, my shoes. It would happen all the time. Canteen. Well, you know how it is. You only got one green bag to move with. So they'd always get me that way. But when I went to Nebraska, they made me get rid of all my stuff and start new again. And then when I came back in from Nebraska, they made me get rid of all that stuff and start again.
Got
You
you.
know?
So the brother Mile High Madness 5280 said, ask the homie if he ran into the homie Carlos Baca. Tell him Big C Thornton said what's up.
Yep. Ran into Carlos Baca. Yes. In Sterling. Yeah.
In
I ran
Sterling?
into him a couple times. I ran into him in Centennial, Lyman, CSP. You know?
Got you.
But
So
yeah.
so when they sent you out, brother, was it to try to like break you in from like um to break you away from people that were here in the state in Colorado, like to stop your influence?
Yes, it was a strategy. It was a strategy. They strategized against me, and by sending me out for them years, it broke who I was and the communication that I had with all the big people. It like makes you disappear, so you don't got the same kind of power that you had before. So yes, they did it right. You know, just like when they sent me to Sterling, they did it right. That wasn't a place for me. I get here. It's because it wasn't my yard or the yards I'm used to. But we'll go more into that later. But yes, when they sent me out of state, they knew exactly what they were doing. They shot me out, and by doing that, everybody started moving, doing it a different way, and I lost a lot of my word and my power
So
because
that
no
yeah,
matter
so
what, I had, huh?
no, go ahead, brother.
No matter what, no matter how many people want to say that they hated me or talked, whenever I hit a yard, my word was gold, you know? And I had enough influence in any yard.
Yeah.
So,
So so
just,
the homie
huh?
Bigfoot said to keep your head up, man. Bigfoot said keep your head up and let's see. Yeah. So when you went to Nebraska, brother, how were you received when you went there? How was the structure different? And how long were you there? You know?
Wow, the structure is way different. Almost 3 years I was there. I went to their maximum security prison. To me, it was like being in Ordway. It was like a candy walk. Other people talked about how dangerous and how crazy it was, but to me, it was like being around kids again. It had a different ring to me. I knew how to get over on anything that I wanted. The manipulation was unbelievable there. It's like starting again. It's like a third of the prison here is what's over there in all their prisons. Their maximum security ain't like CSP. It's like Ordway. You still get a move. Their gangs is different. The Crips wear their rags on the right side, and the Bloods wear them on the left. No, no, but over there, in Nebraska, yeah. Oh, my homeboy, he just corrected me. Bowie right here, he was like, he's a Crip. He said, no, no, no. The Crips wear it on the left. I said, no, in Nebraska, it's the right for the Crips and the left for the Bloods. It's a whole different game. Um, there's a lot of African over there that run, but there's a lot of Paisa and there's a lot of Sureño. There's no Norteño there in Nebraska at all. And then there's a white boy. They call their gang is called the Woods. The way that the white boys here would call just a regular white dude, that's their whole gang. It's called the Woods over there. You know.
Got you.
But
So,
when I
so the
first got
structure was
there,
very. How were you received there, brother? I mean, you said the manipulation was off the chain. Was meaning
yeah.
you was kind of getting over on fools. You was.
Oh yeah, it's easy to change. It's easy to go and structure or in a place that don't really have structure. They had little things going on, but they didn't know how to truly structure. But when I first got there, the ones that went to meet me was in like their like DRDC was the governor and the head of DOC out there, and they Colorado took me in because they took me in a van, a dog van where it's like kennels. They put
Yeah.
me in there with the black box, blah blah blah, and they had three guards in there, and then they had a car behind us and one in front of us. So when they took me in, it made it look like a big deal. And when I went in there, they had all the black box, everything on me, and these guards didn't know how to accept it. So when I'm walking in, all of a sudden the governor and them are coming in through another door, and they all went into the room where I was at, and they shook my hand. They said, "Listen, Mr. Gamboa, I want to try to give you another chance here. Please don't mess up. We're not going to bring your past against you." So they shook my hand, and the captain and the lieutenant of the gang coordinator there said that in their whole entire time that they've been in DOC in Nebraska, they'd never seen nothing like it. So from there on, I was already marked of who I was. Um, there's a rating that the United States Marshals put on people, and it goes to a 9, and that was the first time Nebraska ever had a 9 in their state. Not
So
that it's a
they
bragging
marked you a
point.
9 just coming in.
Yes, yes. But they had me at 9 in Colorado from the beginning because of the structure that I do, the way that I
Yeah.
not not so much like Perm used to always say, well, the violence and this and this. Well, you know what? The violence is easy. It's structuring and making everything work together to run a prison is what they were so scared of with me. And
Yeah.
so when I got there, they found out I was a 9, and it just flipped everything. And they wouldn't let me go to their little yard, so they sent me to their maximum, which to me was like being in Ordway in the 90s.
So they treated you like Hannibal Lecter going in there, huh?
Yeah, yes, 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 yes.
And you said did
But
you say the governor? The governor?
yeah, the governor of the great state came and shook my hand. Him and the head of DOC, like Clinton
Really?
used to be. Yes,
Wow. So
and
basically the
and
other
it was
inmates kind of seen this and basically was like, "Oh, he's a somebody." You know what I mean?
yes, no,
Got you.
guaranteed. When
So
I got there, huh?
go go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so do you think that put a mark on your back, or you think it kind of made you like a kind of an idol?
Well, when I walked in there, it was funny because when I went into, they were all waiting for me, all the Mexicans. And the first thing they asked for is your paperwork, like it used to be back in the day. So I gave them all my structure, boom, all, everything I was, all whatever that I had. And it took three of them to go through it the night before, and they were amazed of who I was. And they already had what I was before. They already knew who I was from because over there the cops talked to them, so they knew where I came from, what I was, why they kicked me out of the state. So at that point in time, that was already known, and everybody, like all the main dudes, talk over there. So when I got there, they tried to move me in with a black dude, and that didn't. I don't trade races, so we had to get that fixed. But They read my files, found out that I had shot a cop, found out that who I was in Colorado and all the moves that I've had, and so I was settled okay, all right. But it was a different breed. They're nothing like the ones that I've used to run with in Colorado. Everybody talks about other states, but to me, it was probably a weak state. You know?
Yeah. So how was your popularity in there? Like I said, do you think you had you had all the paisas and the Mexicans came right away and asked you for your paperwork, you said?
No, no, no. They do that to everybody, but yes, they already knew who I was, so they were like amazed, and then they asked me for my stuff, and I gave them everything. You know?
No, yeah, was that to check to see if you were good? You were like you were in
Yes.
a rat or nothing?
If I, yeah, if I had a sex case or anything
Mm.
that was bad, they had already known who I was. They just had to make sure for themselves.
But that
So
had to
I
be
was
new to you,
accepted.
huh? That had to be new to you?
Yeah, no, that's really new to me for being where I was, you know. But
Yeah.
when I did that, everything changed. My name went all over the yard, and I was like on top. The Crips and the Bloods, and because over there, the Crips and the Bloods are like it's 85% black in Nebraska. So they right away came all to me and started talking and was explaining the situation. And if I needed anything, that they knew who I was too. So everybody like put an open hand to me because of where I came from and what they had heard about who I was. You know,
Yeah.
so it wasn't bad. It was kind of like being a famous into another place where they don't really have so many famous people. It was different, you know. So
So time was pretty easy there?
oh yeah, I had a cell phone. I had everything that I needed over there. Um, it's way different. The guards come to you like nothing and talk to you and just try to help you in all the best ways that we know how as convicts, you know. So that was easy. Um, but the thing that's crazy about over there, like if a person calls you the B word or says something bad, like I beat up like a crip dude and a white dude. I beat the white dude up first, and then it got quiet, and then they came and say, "Hey, you can't put your hands on our homies until you come and talk." And I said, "Well, I don't talk. If you call me out of my name, I'm gonna beat you up." Oh well, we don't do that here. And then I did it to a crip, and then they told me again, and they had kept going to the Pisces, but the Pisces thought it was funny because the way that these guys would get beat up was just because I guess over there it's like you got to go talk to their people, and they got to make sure that it's gonna be all right, and they don't mess with blades. They're really like they're scared of them. So all that happened, and they were like they kept on telling me, "Man, you can't put your hands on our people." And then their main
Oh,
dude Bootsy told me, Manuel, it's okay, but please come and talk to us before. I said, well, we don't do that over there. If a person calls you out of your name, you got the right to whoop them. Don't
yeah,
matter.
facts.
And yes, and over there, no, it was different. So that was different. The way that they move stuff. Listen, I'm not saying I was an angel, but the drug scene over there, they didn't even know what heroin was, Carnal. That's
Okay.
how bad it was over there. A gram almost killed like 10 of them over there
Oh
because they
shit.
didn't know that kind of game. So you had to
Okay.
take that out because what they were used to doing is dealing with that spice and that stuff. And it's just a whole different world,
Got you.
you know.
So the homie said let's switch the vibe a little, he wants so the homie Mile High Madness said uh tell homie let's talk about good vibes. What's his big plan when he gets out? What's
Ah,
his goal?
good.
What's your goals?
Okay. Well, my goals are to try first to survive because they say it's really expensive. I had somebody tell me they ordered some Taco Bell and it was like $18, and that was the biggest shock to me in the world because when I came in, it was like 69 cents for a burrito. Now it's costing whatever. It's crazy. So to be able to ease into it, but my true calling, I believe, as is trying to help these kids out there to get away from the drugs and all the bad thing that's out there. The gangs too. If I could pull them from the gangs, that's what I'm gonna do too. Um, I I got too many dreams, and when you come to prison, you come with an idea of, you know what, you got to make it here because it's so dangerous and so bad. And it is at one time. But then you realize that this is just a fake world. It's a world that everybody that I talk to that are old time gangsters, they believe the same way I do. At least most of them do. And they see that it's nothing. It's nothing good here. So you learn to try to educate and become a better person. So with me, I really want to work with kids because we have let so many kids suffer in this world from our wrongs because we weren't dads, we weren't mothers, we were just wanting to be gangsters and drug dealers, and we destroyed more than just ourselves. So I want to get out there and start helping kids and move in a positive way. I'm a little nervous because 31 years is a long time to be locked up. So going out and just being out there is going to be scary as it is. Um, I'm trying to see what kind of work I can do automatically, but I am getting an education. I'm getting my associate's degree in beginning science and sociology and psychology. So I'm trying to do something different. Um, like I say, I want to just go out there and eat some real food for once. Walk into 7-Eleven and buy a big gulp. Just the normal things of life, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start up a business, bro. I'm telling you,
You
I'm gonna
have 1
start up
minute left.
at the Mexicanos, bro. We're gonna do a Santa, bro. And then we'll get a
Oh.
couple of the little homies, you know what I mean? The homies that are like 5'4" or 5. I ain't gonna say no names, but they could be the owls, dog.
Who's gonna be Santa Claus?
You?
Me? Do I look
Yeah.
like a Mexican Santa Claus?
Just yeah, we'll find a Santa hat to fit that head, dog. I'm telling you. I
Yeah.
find one, bro.
No, but but yeah, there's a lot that I like to do. But first thing, I got to learn how to walk before I could run. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the hardest point is trying to make it in the right way. You
I
know?
definitely like how I explained you, my brother. The best way I could explain you in probably one word. This is the best way I could explain you in one word. If I had only one word to explain my brother Manuel, it would be meek.
Thank you for using
Dad,
Securus.
I'm going
Goodbye.
out.
So back. So my brother's very meek, and like I was saying earlier, man, with those of us that don't, meekness is power under control, man. And when you see it in prison, it's very rare. A lot of dudes in the prison, man, are always trying to convince you of who they are, and yeah, man, you very rarely see people smile in the face of death or basically stare down dudes when you know like a lot of stuff is serious and we're the stakes are very high. You know what I'm saying? I would watch this man stare dudes down, bro, and we'd be it's definitely the temperature in the room is off the chain. And to just watch a dude sit there and just power under control, my boy. I think that's what scared people more. And I think that's I kind of learned that from him, man, is instead of getting all crazy and wilding out, man didn't do that. He would
This is a free call from
smile in the face of these fools and pretty much laugh
an
at them, man.
incarcerated individual at Buena Vista
When your
Correctional
boy would be the
Facility.
one to get
This
all
call
fired
is
up
not
and huff and
private.
puff
It will
and
be recorded and
want to
may be
blow someone's
monitored.
house
If
down,
you
man. This
believe this
this
should be
man
a
was
private
just chilling,
call,
like
please
telling you,
hang
like,
up
nah,
and
they're
follow
gonna show their
facility
whole card,
instructions
their whole
to
ad right
register
here.
this number as a private number. To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
What's up, my brother? We're definitely
Hello?
gonna touch base, Jason. Josh, do me a favor, man. Go into my channel. If you go into my bios, bro, you'll be able to see my email. Email me, bro. And I think we could talk, bro. We can make some a lot of stories make sense, bro. I was raised in that whole time. My like I said, my stepdad was Italian. So I was raised in kind of like, you know what I mean? Fully Mexican, but also, like I said, I still have Italian family that are here in the north side. But anyways, like I said, I was saying my brother was very meek. That I seen a lot of meekness in you, and I learned how to try to be, meek. And one thing I can say about the Padres, man, and this goes for a lot of them, and I'm gonna say this about my boy Gangish, man. Salute. This dude handles stuff with grace. And very few of us dudes that have known violence to that core, man, to get off and been that person that would set the tone. That's different. You know what I mean? To see somebody handle something with grace and not have to use violence or threatening words or try to prove what a big dog they were or try to sit there and talk about who they were and dude's already certified, bro. I watched my boy handle this week, and I'm not gonna say no names. Those of you that are in the chat, yous know. But some shit jumped off on YouTube, and my boy handled it with some meekness, man. He handled it with class. When this dude is really about that business, bro, and he ain't one to toy with. That dude does no violence to a whole nother degree. Don't let the happy face and the smiley face and outgoing personality fool you, man. That dude will get busy with the best of them. But that's what I have to say about my brother Manuel. Like, very meek. Go ahead, my brother.
Well, here goes one. He talks about doing good things. I just put in for my clemency. Hopefully it goes and I'll be out real soon. I just put in for it, but then today they took another of my homeboys from the disciples out of here. His name's C, real good vato, and they told him the reason that they got to take him out of here because they were in danger for his life because of the shit that's going on. That the Mexicans are trying to get him, and that Manny Gamboa is calling the shots to get him. But you know what? This is one of my friends, a true friend, and that's how bad the OC is poisoned. That they are down to destroy whatever there is. So I went out there and I seen him, and he told me, "Hey man, they're moving me," and he was like, "This is what they say. So watch yourself, man. They're already coming after you." But I known that because they hit me the other day and they did what they did, shook me down. But I will not let them post me back to who I was ever again. Yeah. And these guys just trying to find reason for it. And you know what? Before I cause any war today, I will cause peace throughout. These people will never get me to put my hands on anybody again, unless it's to protect myself. Then I'm gonna do it. But besides that, I'm trying to go home. But these people are just as bad as gangsters. They're trying to set me up in ways that is big. And it's sad, but that happened today. That I even stopped my workout because I was so mad with these people try to do. That Gorgo and everybody was out there and were like, "What the hell?" And I mean some real good Mexican boxers, and nobody's trying to cause no trouble. We get along with, like I told you before, there is not just one crew that's tough anymore. You got to get from every gang to be able to kick it with some real convicts. And C was one of them guys, and he was in the incentive part, so they shot him out of here. And but his brother Blue and all them, they know me, so and they know what kind of person I am and the closeness we had. But that's how bad it is. That they want me to stay so bad that they try to get me that way. And it was funny, but it's scary because they'll go to any lengths like they have before in the past. So I was angry, but in another point, I must be doing something right to make them hate me so bad. And you know what? I don't care. Because you know what? I'll never hurt another person that like I used to in the past. About being mean, I've always believed that, you know what, if you can't talk it out, then you do what you have to do. But you know what? There's nothing that we can't talk out. You know what I mean? And for people to think that a person's weak for doing that, that's the strongest way to be a man than anything else in this world. Because it's easy for us to pick up a filero and stab a person. It's easy to beat up somebody, but it's hard to shake their hand and say, you know what, you're my brother. That's the hardest thing in the world to do, or to
Yeah.
forgive. And that's what I believe I taught Conrad. I believe I taught Miguel. I believe I taught a lot of my brothers that I love so much, Sleepy, Perm, because you know what? There's a way to do things with grace. Now that don't get me wrong. That don't mean that I haven't had wars on the football field in Lyman or in the gym in Ordway or went against the blacks because we've always done that. That's the easy thing to do. But to
Yeah.
be able to calm it down and say, you know what, you don't want war no more, it's a hard thing to do, but it's a manly thing to do. And today, all I care about is going home and being with Gamboa. I want to, you know, live a life. I want to have a life for once in my life. And that's why I'm so much, um, I'm mean. I guess, like Conrad says, I'm a mean person, but don't let that fool you. I work out. I take care of myself. I've been stabbed 14 times. Well, 50 because I got stabbed different. I've been shot different times, but that don't mean that I'm a puss. It just means that I've changed. I'm not that person that I used to be. I don't care. I'd rather put a pencil in a man's hand than a knife. Period. And you know what? I got a lot of these youngsters from different gangs, the Disciples, the Crips, the Bloods, and they're all here and they love me because I speak knowledge, not bullshit. I know everything there is to know. Just like C was down 25 years and he gave me props. He said, "Man, there ain't nobody like you, my brother." Bowie
There's
does it
actually
too.
a lot of individuals, brother, that have done a lot of time like you, or even less time than you have become uh what do they call them? Consultants, my boy. They've actually found a
Yeah.
whole nother lane, a whole nother path, you know what I mean? And maybe
Hmm.
that's something we need to look into for you know what I mean, my brother?
Yeah. Yeah. But I can sit here and I can't say that I can because I can. I can calm anything down. I had the Crips and the one disciple and the white dudes getting ready to fight, and I made a stop. I'm that person. But you know what? There's more to it than just saying, "Hey, stop." You know,
Yeah.
and it's just trying to change and trying to see people for who they are. I got a homeboy out here they call Selfish. He's from the north side. That dude got a good head and he runs a lot of stuff that is smart. We got Duel that his uncle's in the Congress. So we got people that are trying to move in the right way. It's just there's so much evil that they're always trying to change it, and it's sad.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
hear you.
Benny Benny goes to AAA trying to change his life. He's a paisa, güero, all these vatos that are trying to do something good. Gordo, you know, but it's hard because of all the evil that's within this world. It really is hard. But that don't mean that we can't do it. You know,
Oh.
it's just
So
and it's crazy, huh?
so there's a new movement for Raza in there and it's called I heard it's called the Gente. What is it about, brother? What is it? I mean, are they
The
changing
the
anything? Are they
nah,
is it the same old tune over and over again? What is it?
yes, it's the same tune. It ain't like the thing that we try to change, where everybody work together and do right. It's more of a you can stay here, but you got to bring this in and give us and do this and do that. We're still the main dogs, but you could all stay here. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It's not for the right reason, but they did it. So what can I say?
Yeah. So do the G's fall under that banner as well?
Sometimes, yes, depends on what yard they are, but yes,
Oh, okay. What depending if they got the numbers or not or what?
yes.
Okay.
Some groups don't fall if they got the numbers, but if they don't, they fall.
Got you. So they'll fall in line if
So
they don't have the numbers, and if they do have the numbers, they won't.
yes,
Got you. Okay.
that's the way it is.
So that's
You know.
everyone doing just playing the yard for what it is, basically.
No, 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 guaranteed. They play their position. It's like playing chess. Everybody got the place they're gonna play, and that's plain and simple. The difference with me is that I'm gonna do me, and I'm
Got
not
you.
gonna let nobody change. You know, I've
And
never been one to follow somebody else's orders, and never will be.
no, I know that. I know that. Um, where does where do we fit in there, or do we even, other than you?
Um, the ones with some of them fall in other places because I told them do what you feel is right, but me and the ones that are old won't. Never.
Yeah. And
You
yeah,
know.
let's just be very discretional how we answer that. Yeah, you know what I
Yes.
mean. What I asked you, right?
No, no, guaranteed. That's
Because I
why I
don't want
say
to
with
cause
me,
no trouble for nobody.
no, 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 guaranteed. But you know what? In that same point, you know what? We live this world to live it the right way. The ones
No.
that come here, they all know where I'm at. They can come to my room. They can do whatever. But I'm here. Never going to change.
So
But
so
that
basically,
goes
we
for
still have a position in there. There's still a level.
yes. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
They still know, and like when Aranya and them are all here, they still give me all the love in the world. There's certain people like even like the Crips and the Bloods that I know, shit, they love me to death, you know. So it ain't that we lose it. It's just that I don't want it. I'm not trying to be a popularity. I just want to go home. I'm done fighting over fakeness, and that's as real as I can be. You know.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing because you know what? I didn't believe that we were ever going to be fake or have people that would get in just for the wrong reasons, but they did. They
Yeah.
came in and they became part for the wrong reason, for protection or whatever. But it is what it is. But you know what? Not one group cannot say that's not happened to them. You know, like Selfish. He's no longer part of who he was because he's seen the fakeness. There's a
Yeah.
lot of them that just they're done because and they're veteranos. Selfish guy's 20 years in, you know. Now he's trying to live a regular life, so he's doing good. Me and him talk every day. There's some real good people that just are done, and they just the real dudes. We sit
So
out there and we talk, huh?
no, so your influence pushes past any kind of how you say gang culture or structure of any kind of, you
Yes,
know, entities.
yes, yes. Because
Got
of
you.
who I was. Because scared never been. Um, anything else never. But everybody got their positions. Remember I told you a white man from the AB, Danny Weeks. Anybody could look him up. Um, he told me one day. He said, "Manuel, what are you? Because you're famous in Colorado, but what are you?" He says, "Are you loved? Are you hated? Are you feared?" I said, "Well, I guess I'm loved. I'm feared. I'm respected, but I believe I'm mostly hated." And he looked at me and winked his eye and he said, "You know what, Gamboa? That's what legends are made out of. Because your name will never fall out of their mouth. I mean, they will never stop talking about you," what he tried to tell me. And I laughed because I hear people say something about me and they don't even know who I am and I'm standing there, you know? But it's just part of the world that we live in. I'm just so over it that I don't care. It's it's time to live a life and try to help these kids become a better person. I want to retire the guards and the prisons to close it down by having more people on the streets than people in prison. That's what my dream is, if you want the truth. I don't wish this on my worst enemy, let alone my brothers and sisters. Plain and simple, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, man, I don't know, brother. Has the whole culture really changed, brother? Is it whole thing flipped? Is because it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
I heard it's not as racial as it was when we did time together.
No, it's far from being like we were, where we fought because of our race. Nah, it's nothing like that. Want me to tell you? I'm gonna say something, and I'm not disrespecting nobody or saying nothing. The game today is called Suboxone. Everybody's doing it, and they don't care from where they get it. The cops deal it to them, and everybody does it. It's a sad thing, but it's a reality. You know, there's more people uh, doing Suboxone than there is on a weight pile in the gym or doing the right thing, even in the education, because that's the thing to do. It's a new world that anybody that's done time would never know how to do time in this world because it's that bad. It's changed that much. It's a
Really?
shame. And you know what's crazy? It's not just here in Colorado. It's in all states now. A person can't tell me that this world's changed. You know, there's guys walking around with yellow shirts all over the place now. They're called transgender. They get treated like if they're girls. Um, it's a lot of crazy stuff that happens here, but it's a real thing, and it's just bad.
So hold on real quick. I want to answer questions. Josh and Mile High Madness. For those of you that don't know, my primo Louis is the one that unalived him, and I'm not capping. I'm not talking shit. My cousin Louis was actually they're related, and yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, that was one of my dad's best friends. That was one of my stepdad's best friends, man. And that whole thing with my cousin and him caused a family dispute that you wouldn't even know of, man. And my cousin lost his life as well as a part of all that. So I do know, man. I know who you speak of. Solid dude. You know, something
Who's he
happened,
talking
and
about?
Louis. You remember what I told you? What Louis was in prison
Yeah,
for the bandito? Well, he
yeah,
wasn't even a bandito. He's a former bandito, but
yeah.
actually, uh, truth be told, he was one of the founding that established it here in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
No, no, hey, Josh, he was a gangster at the end of the day. That's why I said, brother, I could tell you stories that would just blow you away, brother. I'll be honest with you. A lot of the stuff I choose not to even say here, bro, because these people I respect tremendously and don't want to hurt nobody's family or anything like that. My cousin, like I said, was the one he was a G, bro, but so was Louis. It all went down, like I said. Even Louis would have told you because, a matter of fact, after Louis was at my house like the very next day. And Louis was on the run for quite some time until he turned himself in. So there's a whole story behind that, my boy. He was a solid dude. That was like I said, that was one of my dad's best friends, bro. That was one of my uncle's best friends. These are like you're talking about. These were my superheroes, bro. When I was growing up, these were those dudes you speak of. Those were my superheroes of gangsters. You're like a lot of those names, bro. I don't throw around very easily. Like even those small dones, homie. I could tell you shit that you wouldn't even believe, bro. So it like I said, I don't have a green light to even talk about any of that stuff. Not that I fear for my life or anything like that, but at the same time, some shit ain't supposed to be talked about, bro. No need rubbing salt in wounds. No need opening up old wounds. And let's let the dead rest, man. He was that. He was a serious individual, no doubt. But we all are till we're not, man. And that same thing, that same energy held true for my cousin. You a bad motherfucker till you not, homie. And he went out hard, bro. Believe me when I tell you that. He went out hard. I don't know exactly what happened in the whole thing and how he passed away. The stories are very skewed. Um, at the end of the day, like I said, no need opening old wounds. I do tell a lot of stories about my cousin. That was one I
You
was gonna
have one
tap in
minute
on, but
left.
it's gonna definitely light a fire, bro. So go ahead, Manuel. I'm sorry, brother. The mic's yours.
No, no, no. That's good. I'm glad that you put that out there because you know what? Everybody needs to know anything that they want to know.
So
Whatever they want to ask, my brothers, you know,
yeah, for
free to
sure.
ask it because you know what? We've
Absolutely.
been around and we've known and all. I've known a lot about those, and I can tell you stories about everyone. But like Conrad says, I'm not going to badmouth nobody. I'm not that person. You know what? I've been around long enough that people know who I am. They could say what they want to say, but you know what? In the end of the day, ain't nobody ever came up and told me anything.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever clowned me, done anything in them points to do it. Have I been stabbed? Sure, I have from the back. Have I been shot? Sure. But you know what? I still walk each and every day the way I walked from the beginning. The only difference is now I want to be a real man. I want to
Thank
go
you
out.
for using Securus. Goodbye.
What, bro? Josh, we definitely need to talk behind the background, bro. And damn, brother. Uh, I don't even like to name drop, bro. But one thing I could say is I'm not a fraud, brother. I was brought up in this game very young. Um, I learned from some very serious dudes, and that's where I learned the game. Oh, you, my brother, thank you. But like I said, I don't like to name drop, bro. Fanio was a G, bro, and he met he met he met his end very gruesome, my boy. My cousin, my primo, my primo hit him 3 times in the face, dog. You know, and my primo met his demise for that very same thing. I came back, my boy. I could tell you how those two lines, which you're talking about, coincide, how they both cross. What's crazy is my uncle, when my uncle basically when my cousin got
This
killed,
is a free call from
my uncle was the one who called me, bro.
an
And now
incarcerated
he's an
individual at
Italian, brother.
Buena Vista Correctional
And
Facility.
when he
This
called me,
call
I
is
thought he
not
was
private.
joking. I
It
thought it
will
was
be
bullshit
recorded and may be monitored.
because I
If
had
you
homies
believe
up
this
in
should
there,
be a private call, please
and
hang up
he
and
was
follow
giving his
facility instructions
condolences,
to
but he was
register this
also like
number as a private
telling me,
number.
hey,
To
the
accept
debt
this
got
free
settled,
call, press
the
1.
score
To
got settled.
refuse this free
And the way
call,
I could
press
explain it, bro,
2.
is if
If
you
you
ever
would
seen
like
that
to
movie
permanently block
Goodfellas,
your number from
where
receiving
Tommy's
calls from
walking
this
in to get
facility,
made
press 6.
and those dudes
Thank you
cap
for
him.
using Securus. You may start the
Those
conversation
dudes,
now.
he thinks he's getting ready to get made. His boys are waiting, and those dudes cap him. And his homeboy calls him, and he goes, "Hey, what happened?" And they tell him, "Oh, he's gone. You know, he's gone." And they're like, "What do you mean he's gone?" He's like, "Yeah, he's gone." And there's nothing. That's kind of how my uncle approached that situation, bro. And it was crazy. A couple hours later, I heard from one of my boys that was in there when it happened, and basically, you know what I mean? He was calling to like tell me what happened, but also like, "Hey, bro, your boy got killed too, and he got." And
Yeah.
2 hours later, I found out from a homie in prison that was in there. And you know what's crazy? He was on lockdown, bro. The whole prison was on lockdown. And my boy got out as soon as he could. And called me. First call he made. The whole prison was on lockdown. So how did my uncle know? You know what I mean? Now we know because we know the game. You know, we know how he knew because he was tied in. You know what I'm saying? He got his shit close to the. You know what I mean? He's in the know. That's the best way I can say. He's in the know. All right, my brother. I don't know. Some kind of the stories got kind of. You know what I mean? No, these dudes like somebody brought up dude who Louis actually had the the guy that Louis unalived. Someone brought him up in the chat.
Yeah.
And I was just basically letting them know while that was Louis's uncle, basically. They were family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Louis looked up to him, bro. Louis loved him like no other. When I asked Louis if he regretted it, if he thought Fanyo would have sobered up and apologized or something like that, um, Louis literally cried, bro, got tears in his eyes and said he should have never fucking did that to me, bro. He should have never fucked with me like that.
Yeah.
So he kind of embarrassed Louis, bro. He smacked him around, threatened his
Yep.
life. He threatened Louis' life, bro. And you don't ever do that to somebody, brother, and let them walk out the door. You just don't.
No.
You just don't. And that was Fanyo's mistake. Now, Louis took that, as much as he loved him, Louis wasn't gonna take it,
You
Yeah.
can't. Not when you think you're one of them, man.
Thank you, JSB. Yeah, for sure. And you and Louis didn't get along, right? Louis was just that different dude. He was too much machismo.
Yes.
And basically was his worst enemy because the way he carried himself is what was his ultimate demise. Daniel, just don't say nothing bad. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna speak on that. It's all good. I ain't touching it. I ain't mad at you, brother. It's all good. I love you, bro.
Nah.
No, I get it,
It's
brother.
just,
Let him rest, man. And
yeah.
it's hard for me to talk about it, brother, because quite honestly, we weren't on good terms when he passed away, man. We wasn't. He was upset with me. He was mad because I wanted to change my life. I didn't want to be one of the craziest killers ever to be known to man in the DOC. This was that dude's goal. He looked me right in the eyes, told me this is my goal. He wanted to be Marv Gray, not like with the pervert stuff. He wanted to be like feared like that. And that's where I
But
was like, bro, you done fucking lost it, homie. I'm done. I ain't doing this shit no more. I ain't got nothing to
Yes.
prove to none of these fools. I was like, brother, ain't none of them could stand up, homie. My boy Manuel's right. Most of them is weak, homie. They can't even match up. I came in here thinking there was straight, and I didn't see that, bro. I some of the ones that I came across, they wasn't what they were all talked about. A lot of it was hype. Salute to my homeboy, who ride.
Huh?
He's dummy dodge. Look, I've been practicing, homie. I've been practicing. Sometimes I let them
Yeah.
suckers fucking come up on me, and I. So
Nothing's
him and
easy in
this
this
is
world.
what's his name's your friend's brother, the
Who?
friend that got out, Bruce.
Órale.
Bruce's brother tapping in right now. My
Oh,
homie,
tell him I
OK
said
Cub.
hello.
If you guys ain't been over to Dummy Dodgers, man, tap into W Dodgers TV, man. This dude taps into some real serious conversations about the community, and believe me, if he definitely we question ourselves over there, man. We weigh ourselves to the point where you know, my boy does some good content. So tap in with him. If you ain't tapped in, tap in with Fume. Anybody who got the channel, you want to post your channel in the chat, please do so. Like I said, it's all love.
Yes. And Conrad, the greatest thing, and this goes for all of you, we could hurt feelings, we could make people feel good, we could do all that if we really wanted to, but there's no reason to. You don't throw rocks when you live in a glass house, and that goes for anybody. You give your respects to the ones that deserve it, and the rest, you know what, you just let them keep on. Um, I love my brother Conrad because he became a man. He did something most of us cannot, just like Sleepy, just like Perm, just like everybody else that's there. Dave, Miguel. Miguel works two jobs. These vatos change their whole life to become something. And if you want the truth of what a primer padre is, he's somebody that goes out there and takes care of their own, their true own, their blood. And these guys ain't my blood by blood, but they're my blood because you know what? They've always been there for me. And they're the ones that I love and respect
Yeah.
because they became somebody. Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's what I look at, and I try not to look at the negative. Though I do talk about it, brother, I don't look at it like that. I try to put some
No.
class on it, brother. Like, no, we're better than that. You know what I mean? We're not
You
trash.
know, yes, guaranteed. And you know what? A couple times, because I've heard a couple of them, like on perm stuff, and everybody else is want to say something about Los Padres. But you know what? I wanted to get on it, and I was going to cast stones and say something. But you know what? I'm not, because that's not what it's about. If I'm to change, I'm to change all the way. If I'm to be a man, I'm going to be a man and be with my woman forever. You know what I mean? I want to live. I want a life. I don't want this world no more. And I'll say it like this, fellas. You know what? 31 years in prison has worn me out. I watched it change from killers to jokes. And I'll say it just like that. And they all know that I'm real about what I say. And what I mean, I really mean. But you know what? It don't mean that everybody is. It means that it's just a shame of what it became. So I'm done. I'll move my lady to right outside of Denver if I can, and we're gonna just live a life. Whether we fight, get along, whatever, we're going to live. I'm gonna visit my families and my friends, and I'm gonna just live. That's all it
Nah,
is
you're
to
gonna mount for your wife or your lady, bro. You're gonna mount, homie.
me.
Promise you.
Hey, but you know what?
I
It's
know
like
you,
this.
bro. That's your
It's
weakness, homie. I promise you. That's kryptonite to you too.
Nah, the greatest thing in life is trying to truly live a life. I've never played house in my life. I've never got the chance, and I want it. But I also want just to live, just to have and go out there to eat, to kick it with people that I love. You know how cool it's gonna be to be able to walk into your house and turn a knob instead of
Right?
having to have the cops turn it. There's things that people don't understand that I've missed out in so many years. I don't even know who my nephews and nieces are. I don't know my brothers and sisters. You know what? That's the sad part. Everybody thinks that Manuel's still the same Manuel that I was when I came in, and I'm not. You know what? I became a greater person. I got an education, and I got somebody that loved me, and I love her, and I'm walking in the spirit that nobody's gonna change. I'm not gonna hurt people no more. I'm not gonna sell the maldita droga no more. I'm done. I'm truly going to become a man. Even if I have to do that thing at Walmart where they say, "Oh, welcome to Walmart for old people." So be it. I'm gonna do that. A door caller or whatever that is. It's just time. I watched some of these guys come back. Remember Trent Conrad?
I do remember Trent. He's a down ass white boy.
He's right here. Yes, he's right here. Older than
S-
hell. He come
Send
back. He's
mine.
like,
Tell him
God
I said
dang,
what's
Gambo.
up. Tell him Conrad said what's up,
Trent,
homie.
Conrad said, "What's up?" He's right there. Conrad?
I like Trent, man.
Yeah. He said, "Are you out?" I said, "He's doing a broadcast
Been
right
out,
now."
homie. Stood
Yeah,
out.
Trent's getting ready to get out next month again.
Respect to
How many
him,
times
man.
has
I
he been
know.
back since I left him?
I remember his
He's been
family
back.
was that young lady that, and I don't mean to bring
Yes.
up nothing bad, but that young lady, Brandy Duvall. I believe he was
Yeah,
related
yeah,
to
yeah.
her. He was related
No,
to her.
that's his niece. That was his
Yes.
niece.
Okay,
That's
I
why all that
remember
stuff happened
that,
between
and that's what I
those
said. I
seven.
go, I feel sorry if any of those vatos end up in one of them pods with that dude, bro. Because
Yeah.
for a
No,
white
no,
boy,
no.
he was with the
Guaranteed.
business, homie. He was, and not to say white boys ain't with the business, but he was definitely with the
Yeah.
business. He was ready to
No, he
fight
was.
the gorilla one day. He was gonna fight the gorilla. We knew he was gonna lose, but he was about to fight the gorilla, homie. And I was like, damn, you crazy, homie. But he was
Yeah.
ready, but he was down. He was
Yeah, he had
down for
toilet
this.
paper in his mouth, remember? I'm gonna knock that off and his teeth. Send him to the dentist, but I didn't. I'm
Yeah,
good. But he said he's been out 3 or 4 times. But he's
gotta
finally
stay
getting
out, my
out
brother.
now.
Your family needs you, homeboy. Too old to be doing this shit no more. That's a
No,
young
he's
man's
looking
game,
old
homie.
too.
That's a young man's game, brother.
Yup.
Leave it to those
And you
young
know
dudes,
what?
bro.
These
Let
young
those young
people,
bucks have that place, homie.
you should see the young dudes. They tell me, they say, "Hey, Gambo, when you get out, you're gonna see that they all just fight on the internet. They call each other this. They say this. All the youngsters, the little Bloods, the little Crips, the little Bisons, all of them. They always come around me. You know what I mean? And we just
Yeah.
talk,
I'm gonna
and
send
they
my
know me.
email, bro, and give it to them, bro. Let some of them vatos know if they want to tap in, they want to give me a call. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? More than fact, I'll you know what I
No.
mean? I'll do a profile on them. They can come here, have the stage. You know what I mean? Tell me
Yeah.
how
And
gang
some
life
of
is
them,
for them. It's
Selfish.
only if they want to. They don't have to talk about nothing they don't want to talk about.
Yeah, Selfish is getting out, and he's gonna want to do it. He's from the north side. He's been in the NSM. But
Okay.
he's really good dude, and he's getting out, and he wants to do one. And I told him to hook up with you, and he said he will. You know, he's
Cool.
been trying to do good in his life, and there's like Little C and all these other ones. Benny, Benny's really trying to do good. He's with his lady, and they just it's people that's really trying to change. And I try to help these dudes because this ain't no life. I don't care what anybody says. Uh, I wish everybody else, and I'm proud of everybody out there that's making it in life. Because you know what? That's the hardest place to do it is in the real world. Because here it's easy. Out there, it's a hard job, but you're all doing it. And I tip my hat to you and tell my brother Bruce that I send my love. And you know what? I put my commute papers in, and hopefully they gave me my commute, and I'll be out there within the next couple months.
Bruce
You never know.
Mingo, we shout outs to him, getting his life back. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
you're gonna be out there soon, man. 2024, we're gonna push for him, my brother. Get out, come home, man. And enough's enough. That's enough
Yeah.
time for any kind of crime, man. If you could forgive you know what I mean, someone unaliving someone and commute, man, come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
And my family
my
that's
brother
out
needs to
there,
come home already.
hey, tell my family that's out there, who's ever tapped in, that I love them all and I miss
Dan's
them.
here. Dan's here. Um,
Yeah, my brother
Anthony's in
Danny.
here, I think. They're watching, my brother. You
Orale.
tell him. You tell him.
I
They
love
can
you
hear
all.
you.
Remember that. Keep your head up and remember that you know what? The only thing we could do is to do it. But remember, together we stand, divided we fall, and that's a great statement. You know. I
Yeah.
wish you all the best, and hopefully I'll be out there one day to be able to kick it with everybody.
No,
You
you
know.
gonna be out there. You coming, man. It's coming. 2024, you're gonna make that shit happen. Shit.
Yeah.
We need to get that petition or whatever, bro, and get it up here and we can get it signed. You know what I mean? Let people tap in. I'll
Yeah.
put it online so people could sign it.
Yeah, because they should be seeing it. Well, it still got to go to the board here, and I hope it gets through. And I pray over it. That way it can get through here. That way it hits the streets, and they can make the decision. You know. But like I told you, the devil was on me today, and they wanted to get me for some bullshit. But I made them look. I don't know. It's just
Your
crazy.
brother Dan says he loves you, bro. I'll always be here for you, cabron.
Tell him right on. Tell him I love him too, and to keep his head up and keep working hard like he does.
We're all rooting for you, big dog. You're getting out, homie. We're gonna will that shit. And you need to just keep
Con
believing
the
in it
favor
and
de
keep.
Dios, I will.
You
The
gotta,
will of
man. You
God, I will
gotta.
be out there.
Yes.
And you know what? We get out there, we'll all hook up, and we'll all do something good for the community and for these kids out there. Because it ain't only me that wants to change it. It's a lot of people that's getting tired of the bullshit, that stupid drug, and all that. And you know what? It can be changed. But you know what? It can't be changed by one person. It got to be changed by all of us. When you
Yes,
get tired of it, we just got to just do it. Period.
dude. Dude, I've been locked up. Like, man, I seen so much talent when I was locked up. It's
Yeah.
it's sickening. It's sickening. You see so many smart and talented individuals, brother. It's literally sickening to see our people like that, bro. And you're talking
Yeah.
about dudes, they just don't know who they are. They don't know what their identity is. They haven't came to that fruition yet. But once
Yeah.
that person meets that other person, man, shit, watch out. Cause that's a dangerous person, man. When you get somebody that knows what they want to live for, instead of
Yeah.
always being willing to die, that's a dangerous person, man. Uh
Yes, because then they have a real reason to live.
yes. When you found your
Because it's
reason to
easy to
live, man,
die.
you put down that I'm willing to die. Let me tell you, you
You know,
do.
it's easy to give up to this world and just say it's over and just die what you think is a legend in this place. But that's not no legend. Legend is something that you leave behind like a legacy. You leave it behind with people that remember the good that you've done, not the evil and the bad. And you know
Yep.
what? That goes for me too, because I've done a lot of bad in my life, and I ask God to forgive me all the time. But I got a lot of beautiful people around me that's willing to give me a chance to live a real life.
So
And we're
you're
gonna
getting a
do it,
lot of
but we
love in
got
the
to do
chat
it.
here, Manuel. The homie Fume said he'll sign whatever to get you home, bro. Uh, the brother OK Cuss says respect. His brother sends his respect. Bruce Mingo, shout out to that family,
Yeah.
man. We're so happy that your family's reunited. I bet your mom had such a blessed Christmas, bro. Um, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful that your family's reunited. The homeboy Josh Mason said, tell the OG Manuel his wife is listening. Her last name's Smaldone, and keep on keeping on, my brother. You coming home, dog.
All right.
It is what it is. Can't stop greatness,
Yeah.
homeboy. You can only delay it.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can only delay it, man. Like shout out to all my brothers that are doing it right, man. All my brothers have turned over a new leaf. Shout out to the whole Colorado channels, man. If you ain't tapped in, Dummy Dodgers, man, one of the dopest channels. Sav 2.0, man. Sevlo, Hood Tales, Gangish, Gangs
Worms.
to Grad School. I mean, these dudes are doing phenomenal things, man. These are men that all serve
But
time and just doing phenomenal shit and just being on that
but
grown
you
man
know
shit, man. Taking care of their families, always being there for their loved ones.
but you know what, Con? So always remember this too. Instead of hating on one another, if we grab one another's hand and lift each other up, we become a greater nation. And what I
Yeah.
mean by that is all these chats can become even better. Instead of downing one another, you know what? That's why I don't talk nothing bad about no one. I know a lot, but there's no reason to bring them up. But you know
You're
what? If you always give one another a hand and just lift each other up like Perm does and talk good, because Conrad ain't all that great, because he'll want to fight. But you know what? He's changing too. So with all of yous out there and yous work together, I promise you, yous will become greater and better than anything else. And there's a lot of people in this world that's sick that need you. So it's your guys' chance to try to shine by helping others. And I mean a lot of people,
yes, sir, Fume.
not just the ones here in my carnal.
You're right, Fume. It is only you can only postpone it, bro. You cannot. You can delay it. That's it. You can't stop it. Your brother Dan says, tell Manuel he's closing on another home, and your feria is on the way, Holmes.
Tell him I said make sure you send me that $1,000. That's all I'm asking for.
Woo! Shit, he's
Huh?
gonna be, dude. Don't do that. I'm telling you, this dude buys bad food, bro. Manuel's food, and phone time and food. This motherfucker, man, he done bought a house with this phone time. I swear, back in them 90s, that motherfucker done bought a house with all the phone time. You could have
With
bought
how
a
much
house,
they
man.
worth?
You could
Yeah.
already have had a fucking house. All that
Yep.
phone time.
You have 1 minute left.
But look, there's my 1 minute. I
I
think
love
it's
you,
almost
brother.
lockdown time. I
I
love you
love you,
too.
brother. I
Gordo
thank
sends
you.
his
Thank
love
you.
to all of you too.
Yes. Thank you for
This is
tapping in with
everybody.
us, brother. Everyone loves you. We're all
Yep.
rooting for you. And
Tell
good
him.
vibes your way, my
Let's
brother.
make
You're
it
going to be out.
bigger. Yeah, make it bigger, and maybe next Thursday we'll get together and go on whatever these guys want to talk.
You're right,
Whatever you
Dan.
guys want to talk about, let's do something great. And put it
Absolutely.
out there for everyone to see. I love you all, and take care, and thank you for listening. You know,
Yes, sir. Love you, my
and
brother.
I'll talk to you later, Con.
Yes,
I love
sir.
you with all
Love
my
you.
heart, my brother. All right, my bro. You tell everybody I love them all, and God bless you all.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for listening. And Conrad, I'll call you later on, my bro.
Yes, sir. Please do.
And thank you for putting me on. And I'll talk
Always,
to you guys
brother. You
soon.
put me on.
All right, my bro.
Love you, bro.
And keep you guys' head up.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. Love
God
you.
bless you, my brother. We're rooting for
Okay.
you.
Be good.
Thank you for using. The caller has hung up. Thank you for
Yeah,
using
Dan, you're right,
Securus.
man.
Goodbye.
Your brother's an awesome dude, bro. Man. Jason, man, I'm telling you, brother, you got to tap in. Hit me with that. Hit that, man, hit that email, dog. I'm telling you. Your boy, you know what, bro? I got into a scrap a while back got into a chingazos with a dude back in, it was about 4 or 5 years ago. Was actually one of the homies, from prison who I had a lot of love for and respect for, but dude started getting a little out of pocket. And lo and behold, we start throwing hands. And it doesn't turn out good for him, bro. And I'm not bragging, I'm not talking shit. It ended bad, bro. But it sucks, bro, because he was a good dude, bud. But it started over all that little bullshit cheese mess, bro. And after it was said and done, I went back to that bar, and one of the bouncers looked at me and asked me if I knew. He asked me how I knew somebody, and I looked at him kind of funky, and I was like, "Brother, where did you get that name? Because I don't throw that name around." And he was like, "No, I seen." So he had seen a picture of me and someone else on Facebook, and he asked how I knew that person. And I basically said that's like an uncle slash father to me. And what I mean, bro, is those dudes you were talking about earlier. Those were my gangster superheroes, and these were dudes I was around since I was like 4 and 5 years old. And I learned a lot of bad shit from them, bro. Real talk. I learned a lot of shit and on how to imitate them, bro, and to bring that violence like some of them used to bring it, bro. And back in the day, there wasn't a snitching like that, bro. But it's crazy that you brought that up. Like I said, there's a lot of stories that are tied. My cousin, who I told you about, man, I was in jail with him. Tap into my stories, dog. There's a few stories about my cousin up in there, bro. He was a straight fool, dog. I'm talking about a gangster to the core, a real one, homie. This dude, he likes starting shit, bro. This dude loved to start shit. He wanted that smoke from everybody. He didn't care who it was. He thought he was the craziest killer ever to walk that yard, bro. And that was his goal. After he had did what he did, um, he just kept going, bro. He just kept going. He kept making it hard for people in there. And eventually they got tired of him, bro. Whatever happened, it's crazy. Yes, sir, Dan. Thank you, bro, brother. But some of those names you were bringing up, brother. Like I said, I don't really talk about those names. I have been contemplating doing that story, and it is a wild one. Some of the shit I will tell you, you will not believe, but I read it myself, bro. The crazy is, I seen dudes' autopsy photos, bro. I seen the murder scene photos. My cousin had all that stuff, bro. He had all kinds of. I seen literally that dude on a slab, bro. And this is a dude I've known since I was a child. And I don't know. It's crazy. I get you, brother. And you know what? Shout out to you for not. You know what, brother? I was raised in that shit, bro. My mom was a dope dealer slash um She was just a whole nother person, a whole nother beast. Man, you would never know a woman like that, you know. And the best way I could describe my mother, bro, is someone like a Griselda Blanco. You know what I mean? That it would be hard to believe that a woman could control men or make men do what she wanted them to do. And that's who my mom was, kind of like that. Not on the, and I'm not gonna, you know what? Don't let's not get it twisted. I'm not saying at that level. I'm just saying cut from that cloth. You know what I mean? And that's how my mom was. She was around a lot of serious people. I've known that shit since I was 4 years old. But after my dad died, um, we got submerged in it. You know what I mean? So I was raised in this game. I was raised in the game, bro. When I got caught selling dope and went to prison, my mom felt away, man. My mom felt she felt very responsible for it. She felt responsible that I ended up in prison, that she had taught me that game. And you know, and lo and behold, she wasn't responsible. Let's be honest. I knew right from wrong. You know, that's a cop out. I could say that all day long, but I knew right from wrong. I was a very great athlete. I probably couldn't have played pro, but I definitely could have played college ball. Um, I wanted the fast money. I wanted the fast life. I wanted the fast cars, fast women, everything. I got caught up in the lifestyle. I thought I was on that same trajectory that my cousin Louis was on. Um, the one who really saved me, man, is that man you're looking at on the screen right there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not, and that's not a bullshit. I'm not trying to gas anyone up or gas up Manuel or anything like that, but this dude is where I changed my life. Was the crossroads for me. Um, that man actually started talking sense into me. That man humbled me. And being cut from the pedigree that we were talking about in this chat, um, I didn't bow down, bro. I had to be humbled. You know what I mean? I had to have somebody put me down and really show me that, hey, you're not the biggest dog in this month. You're not. And that brother right there did that. He had patience with me. I learned a lot from that man. And I believe me meeting him is probably one of the only reasons I walked out of that place alive and was able to change my life. So um, that was where the transition came in, was meeting Manuel. So you know what? If you want to call Padres a dropout, clica or what, that's fine. That's your truth. I'm okay with that. I know what it meant to me. And just like people, people try to water shit down. I know what this whole game meant to me. You know what I mean? I still wear that placa on my back. All bullshit aside, it's on my back, brother. I take my shirt off, it's there. I will never cover it up because it's not a negative thing. It's where the changing happened. So for me to cover that up is me not being true to my story. And if anyone ever had a problem with that placa, by all means, get off where you're mad at. Shit. I'm still with it. You know what I mean? I think this old motherfucker could still go a couple rounds. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, thank you each and every one of you for tapping in. You guys have been awesome. Coming up on an hour 18, but let's keep talking about what you guys want to talk about. Josh, it says my bro Thorne was selling stone like crazy. Is that right? It's crazy, man, because you know what I mean? The whole thing with Fanyo and Lou was kind of turned me off to the whole biker scene, brother. But to be honest with you, I changed my thoughts on that here in the future. Well, in the past. But I was lucky enough to work with a couple solid dudes that were actually bandits. And respects to those dudes, bro. Dude was actually an employer of mine and was a solid cat, man. I can only say good things about him. Solid, solid dude. I'm not gonna drop his name because I just don't do shit like that. I'm sorry. Um, don't want to disrespect that dude in any way. He's a good dude. But he gave me a job, man. He gave me a job. He treated me good, and he changed my whole outlook on that whole scene. You know what I mean? Because I had a bad, it was a bitter. It just didn't sit right with me with everything that happened with Lou. And you have to know the whole story, bro. I have to tell you about some stuff, and some stuff was probably unbelievable to some people. You know what I mean? Because I think sometimes we build people into bigger statures than what they really are. We make them bigger than what they really were, especially when they died and gone on. we make them to where they're like they were invincible and shit like that. They weren't. Everybody, brother, everybody meets the end. Everybody. Nobody beats death. Nobody. When death comes for you, there ain't shit you can do about it. It's your time, you know? And it was Fanio's time, man. And then Louis served some time, and then it was Louis' time, you know? Was it payback? I believe it was. Now, I don't know that for sure, but the way things turned out, and like I said, how my uncle called me, it was like a reckoning. Like, hey, dog, we got even. Your boy's dead too. And you had to take it with a grain of salt, man. Was I upset? Yeah, I was hurt. Um, but me and Lou weren't on good terms at that time. We were he was upset with me. He was upset that I had made that transition out of prison. He was upset that Manuel was influencing me to be a better man. So much so that the last conversation we had, he told me I was weak, and it is what it is, brother. I let him know I'm not weak, and you could do whatever you want or you think you can do. You know, if he was that, you know, truth of the matter is, I saved his ass in there, bro. He would have got unalived long before that if I didn't step in that riot. Um, he could have ended his life could have ended right there. But we I don't know. That was where I just wanted to change. I didn't want that no more, bro. I got in that riot and this wasn't for me no more, bro. I didn't have nothing to prove anymore. All those dudes, most of those dudes, it was like Manuel said, it was all smoke and mirrors, bro. And I believe that till this day. A lot of that stuff, a lot of that stuff in there is very it's crazy. It's crazy. Bonfit. I don't know, brother. I'm not good with names. I'm more good with faces. But basically, just be true to yourself, man. The change, like I said, you can only prolong it. You can't stop it, man. The change will happen as long as you allow it to. I'm done being a tough guy, man. My story isn't about a tough guy, isn't about any of that. It's about a man who learned his lesson, got lucky, and was able to get out of prison, man. And I'm gonna keep going, man. I'm gonna keep taking care of my family. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep being the leader of my family until God calls me home. And luckily, hopefully, that ain't anytime soon that I'm able to, you know, Rich Forrest, homie, white boy back in the day. I'm 48, brother, so I'm 8 years older than you. Yeah, he is. You know, respect. Hey, brother, that dude is widely respected even by dudes. He wasn't even when he was when that happened. He wasn't even a bandit anymore. He had already retired. Um, he was telling me one day he looked at me and he showed me his cut, and he said, "You know why I still got that?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Because this is normally all that stuff, I guess, and that's I shouldn't even speak on it, but all that stuff is usually taken from you when you get out of the clica, all the stuff that belongs to them. He still had all his stuff, so that tells me he was widely respected and widely feared, bro. I know that was a feared man. I have no doubt about it. I've known him since I was a kid, bro. I rode on his Harley with him. This is a dude who's ate dinner at my house. Him and my dad were brothers, bro. These were longtime friends, bro. My dad had told me a story about one time when Fanyo took him to a gathering and my dad was hustling. My dad was real good with cards and dice. So my dad was hustling some of dude's brothers and they approached dude and Fanyo had to handle him. Fanyo had to handle my dad. Now, I asked my dad the question, could he really handle you or did you let him handle you? And he said, you know what? I had to let that happen because I was out of and take my licks and get my ass whooped. So I didn't really try to do anything. I just let him beat on me until they were happy with what he had done. So he knew what position he was in. But John by no means was afraid of Fanyo in any way. John on his own right was a freaking savage, bro. So my dad John, brother, was not in that dude's shadow in any way. And I think that would have been a bro. I even think John might have got him, bro. John was a collegiate wrestler. John wrestled triple A, double A, NCAA wrestler. You know what I mean? Had a full ride scholarship. We're talking about multi state champion. He was a savage, bro. So that would have been a war. But they were homies. That actually that whole thing that transpired, it really hurt me and my dad's relationship before he died. Yeah. Even me and my uncle's relationship. No, his name was John Parco. His name's John Parco, bro. He's Northside legend, bro. That dude used to, oh my God. You want to talk about a wild one? You want to talk about a wild one, bro? You want to talk about a reckless one? Um, that was that dude, homie. I watched this dude beat dudes down when I watched him just manhandle dudes. This fool used to pit me against other fools when we was kids. He used to make me fight other kids, dude. I didn't have a dad growing up. So when I met John, I was already like 12, 13, and then he started like preparing me for war, man. Started teaching me, you know, how to handle yourself. And he regretted it. But yeah. But Josh, make sure you tap in, man. Make sure you email me. I'm sorry for keeping you guys so long. Thank you for tapping in, man. Respects to my brother Fume. Fume, I thank you, my brother. You're always welcome to tap all the homies' channels in EBK, everybody's D&Ds, your channel, my brother. When we're in the chat, please do. Please feel free to do so. Um, when I come live, man, the topics are wide open. You guys choose what we want to talk about. Let's hear it. Let's chop it up. I'm not afraid to talk about much. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff, I'll let you know if I don't want to chop it up about that or not. Kind of got me up talking about some stuff I really didn't want to talk about. I'm gonna go over. Hey, everyone, go check out the homeboy EBK. That's probably why I'm so low on the watching, but it's all good. But go tap in with the EBK. Conejo, solid motherfucker, bro. Respects to all the Cali homies. And thank you guys for tapping in the Mile High Hustle. Make sure, Josh, get at me, man. Mile High Madness. Get at me. I have a feeling we know each other already. But get at me, brother. You got my email in the chat right there. Make sure you got it. And you guys all have a blessed one. Respects to each and every one of you. Remember, love, peace, and pride. Always take care of your family. Grown man shit. It's all love. I'm out.